Hi everybody, welcome to the Soulful Soul. My name is Gladys and this is your weekly 2-card draw. The idea behind the 2-card draw is for us to use the tarot as a source of deep reflection and growth. I work with the cards that I share and in the week, and then I reflect back on those. Now the cards we got last week were the 8 of Cups from the Spellcaster's Tarot in the reverse, and the 3 of Coins, also from the Spellcaster's Tarot in the reverse. The 8 of Coins, the 8 of Cups and the Spellcaster's in the reverse tells me that there's something you might be reluctant to move away from, something that's not serving you, that you are reluctant to move away from. It might be to do with collaboration. But what it suggests is that doing this letting go might lead you to a space of deeper collaboration. When I think about these cards, there are two areas that I think of. The one is, I spoke about South Africa and what happened with us last week. You know, in middle income, third world, BRICS countries, whatever, the issues are just so not simple. They are so complex, and I couldn't even begin to speak about them properly, although I tried to in my last draw. But I feel like, and I did say this on a friend's timeline, that we are having another Tower moment. I think that COVID presented us with the Tower moment. I think that 1994, I think when Madiba was released and other political prisoners were released, was a Tower moment. It was like a moment for breaking down things and rebuilding. And I think for a while South Africa did rebuild. If you are interested, you can go to my playlists, and in my Spiritualist Political playlist, you can see a couple of videos I did with a friend, and he shares his views about economic policies. Anyway, the point here is that was one Tower moment, and we had a chance to rebuild. As South Africans, we had another Tower moment, or what was like a watershed moment in 2010, where the Rainbow Nation yet again came together and we were all one. And Tower moments don't have to be negative, right? They are what they are. They are just times when things fall apart, or things appear, things are shown up in a way. I know 2010 it was not that, but yes, it was a showing up of a show. I think that's it. It's like South Africa is a show of what we should, what is going on. We show one face to ourselves and to the world, and not the underlying. And how this plays out, like now we have another watershed moment, and how it plays out is that there are haves and have-nots. There's judgment, there's racism, that's always there beneath the surface. But what the reality is that we live in an unequal society, and it's not just South Africa. It's all over the world. We have a society that's built on dog eat dog. I think that South Africa is one of the rich countries, actually. Materially, we have a lot of resources. We have a lot of money in the country, but it is in the hands of the few, and it is in the hands of the historical few. Even if people don't want to hear that, it is still in the hands of the minority. And it's like, to me, it feels like we need a new world order. Well, it doesn't feel like, we do need a new world order. And this not letting go of something that doesn't serve us. I think that the thing that we are needing to let go of, look at those cups. They're precarious, right? They are stacked up nicely, but that's precarious. 2 of them have already fallen off. And it really is reminding me of the Tower. It's like we keep building the same tower, the tower on the basis of an old foundation that didn't work. And that foundation goes back to apartheid days, to colonialism, to when the first settlers arrived in South Africa. And people keep saying, don't look back. But we have to look back in order to address the future. We have to look at inequality. We have to look at our history. We have to look at what hurts people and what consistent hatred and oppression means, you know? And it's only when we do that that we can actually address the future and build something collaboratively with communities together, with leadership that is consistent and true and reflective of the needs of communities. Leadership from communities. Anyway, so that's at a political level. And at a personal level, I would just maybe reflect on myself. I think that for me, I've been trying to figure out what it is that I'm finding it hard to let go of, that doesn't serve me. And I think it's the opinions of others. Like, I believe that I'm an empath, and so the opinions of others matter. And in fact, I'm not of the story that people's opinions don't matter. They should matter. Because if they don't matter, then we continue the cycle of oppression and power abuse and the haves and have-nots. Because in order to do that, we have to other people and we have to see them as lesser than, and we have to not care what people think and feel. So I believe we do need to care what people think and feel. But we need to learn when it matters and when it doesn't matter. And I think that is my struggle at the moment. It's not a struggle, but it's part of my journey at the moment. Is I have a lot to say, and sometimes it might rub people up the wrong way, and I am a certain way, and sometimes maybe I will just rub people up the wrong way. Likewise for you. And somehow, I guess, for me, the journey is about saying, when does it matter and when doesn't it? Who are the people for whom that does matter and for whom it doesn't? And what are my principles related to that? And so my principles will dictate what matters and what doesn't, and who matters and who doesn't, whose opinion matters and whose doesn't. So that is my journey. And, I was reflecting on the solar plexus chakra in my previous weekly pick a card reading that I do on YouTube. And it's very hard when you consider yourself a strong person and a very honest person to have to question your self-belief, your self-esteem. So I think there's a part of me that is also dealing with that because or maybe it's a continuous process that we're constantly questioning or building our self-esteem so that we partly we question ourselves, but we are also true to ourselves, even if it's hard, even if it's really, really hard, and even if we mind. I do believe that two extremes are easier than the middle road sometimes, where like, I can say, I just don't give a fuck. I don't care what people think. And that's easy, right? That's easy. I've got to conjure up some kind of hatred maybe or narcissism in order to just feel that people don't matter what they do. But I'm not that. I am an empath. I do care about people. I would just invite you again to look at, even at a personal level. It doesn't have to be deeply political. That was what your challenge was last week, and I wonder what your experiences were. Did you manage to look at what was built on shaky ground, something that you don't want to walk away from? Because I believe that walking away will help you rebuild something with people or a person or an institution that is part of your values, that does matter, that is rewarding to you. Okay, that's that. Let me choose our cards for the week ahead. Okay, so we get the Hanged Man, and we get the Page of Swords. So the Hanged Man can talk about being stuck, feeling stuck. In this card, it really reflects a person being stuck. But I rarely see the Hanged Man as negative, because I think that the Hanged Man is there to, in some cases, we need to be stuck in order to see truths clearly. So maybe what you need to think about is, what is your stuckness? What is your state of being in limbo? What is it about? And what truth is this trying to show to you? Because the Page of Swords can deliver truth to us. And these are both in the upright. So it is an encouragement for us to look at things from a different perspective. So maybe your perspective, and mine as well, I'm definitely going to interrogate this. Where might I be stuck and in limbo because there's a truth? What is my limbo state revealing to me? What truth does it want to show to me? I think that's a really interesting set of cards for us to look at. So there you go. Okay, everybody, have a wonderful week ahead. Please share your feedback with me, and please join me on YouTube, Soulful Soul. I'm doing some chakra healing there. I do a weekly pick a card. I'm just about to upload a pick a card for the Divine Masculine. I felt called to do that, and I'm going to put that up. Yes. Okay. I hope you have a lovely week ahead. Please join me, and please share your feedback. Bye.